Have you ever found yourself standing at the crossroads of your emotions, unsure whether to hold on or let go of someone in your life? The night spent in deep thought, the silent prayers whispered in the darkness, the overwhelming feeling of uncertainty. Is this person truly meant to be in my life? Or is it time to move on? Life is a constant cycle of meetings and partings. People enter our lives, and sometimes they leave just as easily. But how do we know when someone is meant to stay? How do we differentiate between a test and a blessing? The answer does not lie in temporary feelings, but in the wisdom of Allah's divine guidance. Allah, in His infinite mercy, is always showing us the way. Some signs are clear, while others require deep reflection. At times we ignore them out of impatience or fear, and other times we simply fail to recognize them. But if we open our hearts to Allah's direction, we will see that He is always guiding us toward what is best, whether that means holding on or letting go. In this video, we will uncover 7 powerful signs that suggest Allah wants you to keep someone in your life. Whether it's a close friend, a spouse, or even someone you're considering for marriage, each sign is a piece of divine wisdom meant to help you navigate the uncertainties of relationships with faith and trust in Allah's plan. Stay with me until the end, because the 7th sign is the most crucial of all, one that can completely change your perspective on relationships and Allah's wisdom in keeping certain people in our lives. So take a deep breath, clear your mind, and open your heart to the signs of Allah. Let's begin. Number 1. The person brings you closer to Allah. One of the clearest signs that Allah wants you to hold on to someone is that their presence in your life strengthens your faith. They remind you of your purpose, encourage you to seek Allah's guidance, and inspire you to be a better Muslim. When you are with them, you feel more connected to your deen, not just in words, but in actions. A relationship, whether it's a friendship, a marriage, or even a potential spouse, should help you grow spiritually. If this person encourages you to pray on time, reminds you of the importance of reading the Quran, and motivates you to stay away from sins, this is a sign of Allah's blessing upon you. True companionship is not just about comfort. It is about guiding one another toward Jannah. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, warned us about the influence of those we keep close. He said, "A person is upon the religion of his close friend, so let one of you look at whom he befriends." This hadith reminds us that the company we keep shapes our beliefs, actions, and even our destiny. If someone is a source of goodness in your life, if they remind you of Allah and push you toward righteousness, then walking away from them might mean losing a gift from Allah. But ask yourself this: do they remind you of Allah, or do they distract you from Him? If their presence in your life makes you more mindful of your faith, if they encourage you to make dua, seek forgiveness, and strive for a better connection with Allah, then this is not just an ordinary relationship. This is a sign of Allah's mercy upon you. In life, we meet many people, but only a few truly impact our hearts in a way that leads us toward Allah. These are the people we should value, cherish, and hold on to, because their presence is not by accident. It is part of Allah's divine plan for us. Number 2. Your du'as keep leading you back to them. One of the most profound ways Allah communicates with us is through our du'as. When we sincerely ask for guidance, seeking what is best for our lives, Allah responds, not always with immediate answers, but often through the signs He places around us. If you have prayed again and again, asking Allah to remove what is harmful and bring you only what is good, yet this person remains in your life. This is something worth reflecting on. Is it a coincidence, or is it a sign that Allah is keeping them in your life for a reason? Allah says in the Quran, "And your Lord says, 'Call upon me, I will respond to you.'" Surah Ghafir 40:60. When we make dua for guidance, we expect a clear answer, either a door to open or a door to close. But sometimes Allah's response is more subtle. Instead of giving us a direct answer, He aligns our circumstances in a way that leads us back to a person over and over again. No matter how much distance we try to create, no matter how many times we think we should walk away, something keeps drawing us back. Perhaps every time you pray for clarity, your heart finds peace when thinking of them. Maybe opportunities keep bringing you together despite all odds. Or you notice that when you ask Allah to remove what is not good for you, this person still remains. If this keeps happening, then it is important to ask yourself, is Allah showing me that this person is meant to stay in my life? However, it is essential to distinguish between emotions and divine guidance. Feelings alone can be misleading, but when your du'as keep aligning with real-life events, when obstacles that should separate you are removed effortlessly, and when their presence brings tranquility to your heart after prayer, then this may be Allah's way of telling you to hold on. Allah's wisdom is greater than our understanding. Sometimes what we think is unclear is actually a sign in itself. If your du'as keep leading you back to them, then perhaps it is time to trust that Allah knows what is best for you, even when you don't fully understand it yet. Number 3, your heart finds tranquility with them. One of the most beautiful gifts from Allah in any relationship is peace of heart. When you're with someone who is meant to be in your life, their presence brings you a sense of calmness and security. You do not feel anxious, uncertain, or emotionally unstable. Instead, your heart feels at ease, your mind is clear, and you experience a deep sense of sakina, a tranquility that only Allah can place between two people. Allah tells us in the Quran, "And among His signs is that He created for you from yourselves mates that you may find tranquility in them." Surah Ar-Rum 30:21. This verse reminds us that true companionship, whether in friendship, marriage, or any meaningful relationship, should bring inner peace. It should not make you feel restless, doubtful, or disconnected from Allah. If someone's presence in your life makes you feel safe, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually, then this is a powerful sign that they belong in your journey. But what if a relationship constantly brings distress, uncertainty, or emotional pain? If being with someone fills your heart with doubts, fears, and unease, then it is a warning sign. A bond that is truly meant for you should not drain your soul or push you away from Allah. Instead, it should feel like a source of comfort and strength. Take a moment to reflect. When you are with this person, do you feel at peace? Do they bring you closer to Allah, or do they lead you further away from Him? The state of your heart is one of the greatest indicators of Allah's guidance. If this person's presence gives you a sense of security, if their words and actions ease your worries rather than increase them, then perhaps Allah has placed them in your life as a blessing. However, peace does not mean the absence of challenges. Every relationship faces difficulties, but if, despite the struggles, your heart always finds comfort and reassurance with them, then this may be a sign that Allah wants you to hold on. Number 4, they keep appearing in your life despite all odds. Have you ever tried to distance yourself from someone, thinking it was the right decision, only to find that no matter what you do, they keep coming back into your life. You move on, yet something always brings you back together. Whether through unexpected meetings, circumstances, or even the people around you, this is not just a coincidence. It could be a sign that Allah has written their presence in your life for a reason. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, "What has passed you was never meant for you, and what has come your way was never going to miss you." This hadith teaches us that everything that happens in our lives is part of Allah's divine decree. If someone is truly not meant for you, no matter how much effort you put into staying connected, they will eventually drift away. But if, despite all efforts to separate, you keep crossing paths in ways that seem beyond your control, then this could be a sign that Allah is keeping them in your life for a purpose. However, it is important to look deeper. If this connection is aligned with goodness, faith, and sincerity, then it may be a blessing. But if it pulls you into harm, sin, or emotional distress, then it is a test. Allah does not place people in our lives to misguide us. He places them either as a gift or as a lesson. Ask yourself, does their presence bring peace or hardship? Does reconnecting with them strengthen your faith or weaken it? If the constant reappearance of this person in your life pushes you toward righteousness, encourages you to be a better Muslim, and does not lead to sin, then perhaps their place in your life is meant to remain. Trust in Allah's wisdom. Sometimes, what seems like a repeated coincidence is actually a sign of divine planning. If Allah keeps bringing them back into your life, despite all odds, reflect on the reason and seek guidance through prayer and patience. Number 5, your istikhara brings clarity, not distance. One of the greatest blessings Allah has given us when making life decisions is Salat al-Istikhara, the prayer for guidance. It is a way to seek Allah's wisdom when we are uncertain about a person or situation. If you have performed istikhara about whether to keep someone in your life, pay attention to the response. Do you feel a sense of clarity and ease, or do you experience increasing doubt and discomfort? The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, taught us to turn to Allah when making important choices. He said, "If any one of you intends to undertake a matter, he should offer 2 rakas other than the obligatory prayer, and then say, 'O Allah, if this affair is good for me, my religion, my life, and my hereafter, then decree it for me and make it easy for me.'" Bukhari. This powerful dua reminds us that if something is truly good for us, Allah will make a way for it to remain in our lives and ease our hearts about it. But if it is harmful, He will distance us from it. The key is to trust the outcome, even if it is not immediate. If, after praying istikhara, you notice that your heart leans toward keeping this person in your life, and circumstances unfold in a way that supports this connection, then this could be Allah's way of confirming their role in your journey. Sometimes, events will start aligning effortlessly, communication becomes easier, misunderstandings resolve, and a path forward becomes clear. These are signs of divine guidance, not just personal feelings. However, if after istikhara you find your heart restless, uneasy, or surrounded by obstacles, then it may be a warning. Allah does not just guide us through dreams or visions. He guides us through the state of our heart and the circumstances that unfold. If you feel peace and clarity after seeking Allah's help, then trust that He is guiding you toward what is best. The presence of this person in your life may be a blessing that Allah wants you to hold on to. Number 6, they help you through tests in life. Life is full of trials, and Allah tests us in different ways. But in these moments of difficulty, Allah often sends certain people to stand by our side, uplift us, and remind us of His wisdom. These individuals are not placed in our lives by accident. They are there for a purpose, either to help us grow, strengthen our faith, or be a means of comfort in times of hardship. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "Do the people think that they will be left to say, 'We believe,' and they will not be tested?" Surah Al-Ankabut 29:2. Tests are a natural part of our journey, but when you find someone who supports you through your struggles, reminds you of patience, and encourages you to trust in Allah's plan, this is a sign of a valuable companion. They do not leave when times get tough. Instead, they stand firm, offering sincere advice, emotional strength, and spiritual guidance. Think about the moments when you felt lost, broken, or overwhelmed. Was this person there to remind you to make dua? Did they encourage you to keep going when you wanted to give up? Did their words or actions bring peace to your heart during times of distress? If so, then their presence in your life may be more than just temporary. It may be a mercy from Allah. Not everyone is meant to stay, but some people are placed in our lives as a sign of Allah's love and support. If someone has been a source of strength during your lowest moments, if they have helped you through trials in a way that brought you closer to Allah, then do not dismiss their role in your life too quickly. True companionship is not tested in moments of ease, but in moments of hardship. If this person has been there for you through life's challenges, if their presence has brought you hope and faith when you needed it most, then perhaps Allah is telling you that they are meant to stay. Number 7. Their absence feels like a spiritual loss. Here is the final and most crucial sign. When this person is no longer in your life, do you feel their absence spiritually? It is natural to miss someone after they leave, but there is a difference between a temporary worldly sadness and a deeper spiritual emptiness. If their absence has left you feeling disconnected from your faith, struggling in your worship, or distant from Allah, then this is something worth reflecting on. The Prophet ﷺ said, "The best of companions are those who remind you of Allah when you see them." Ahmed. A true companion, whether a friend, a spouse, or someone close, does not just fill your life with good moments. They strengthen your connection with Allah. If being around them made you more consistent in your prayers, more conscious of your actions, and more eager to seek knowledge, then this was a blessing from Allah. And if their absence has created a void that affects your spiritual well-being, then this is a strong sign that they were meant to be in your life. Think about the impact they had on your deen. Did they encourage you to wake up for Fajr? Did they remind you to trust in Allah during difficult times? Did they inspire you to seek forgiveness and improve yourself? If so, then moving on may not be the right choice, because sometimes Allah places people in our lives as a means of keeping us firm in our faith. However, this sign should not be confused with emotional dependence or unhealthy attachment. If missing someone makes you neglect your obligations to Allah or leads you into sin, then it is a different matter. But if their absence has made you less motivated in your deen, less connected to Allah, and more spiritually lost, then this is a sign that their presence was a source of goodness that should not be ignored. In the end, the people Allah places in our lives serve a purpose. Some come to test us, some come to teach us, and some come to help us grow closer to Him. If losing someone has created a spiritual gap in your life, then perhaps Allah is telling you that they were sent as a blessing, and letting go may not be the answer. Relationships are one of the many tests that Allah places in our lives. Some people are meant to stay with us, guiding us toward goodness, while others are meant to leave, teaching us lessons that help us grow. The key is to understand that Allah's wisdom is always greater than our emotions. At times, we may feel confused or uncertain about whether to hold on or let go, but the answer should never come from temporary feelings. It should come from faith, reflection, and trust in Allah's guidance. If these 7 signs resonate with you, do not rush to a decision. Instead, turn to Allah with sincerity, seek His help, and trust that He knows what is truly best for you. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "It may be that you dislike a thing, and it is good for you. And it may be that you love a thing, and it is bad for you. And Allah knows, while you know not." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:216. This verse teaches us that our knowledge is limited, but Allah sees what we cannot. What we think is right for us may actually be harmful, and what we struggle to accept may be a hidden blessing. This is why trust in Allah is essential. When you rely on Him, you will never be misguided. So let your decision be based on faith, not fear. If Allah is showing you signs to hold on to someone, embrace it with gratitude. But if He is guiding you away, accept it with patience. Either way, His plan is always in your favor. Jazakum Allahu khair for watching. May Allah bless you with righteous companionship and guide you toward what is best for both your dunya and akhirah. Ameen. If you found this video beneficial, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Islamic inspiration. Until next time, may Allah keep you steadfast on the right path.